Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 3 of Season 1 of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, as we are at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the running of the Las Vegas 400. Hi, I'm the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, and I welcome you here to a pretty fast mile-and-a-half track of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we are coming off the heels of a really good race at Rockingham, UK, where we saw the 21 car of Chris Oliver pick up his first career NASCAR Walmart Cup Series win. And he moved himself up to 11th in points after having a not so good run in the Daytona 500. But we'll see if he or Charlie Rodriguez can go 2 wins out of 3 races of the season so far. And now we are going to take a look at the starting lineup. As you can see on the pole is the 14 of Ian Dutta. Second is going to be the 48 of Austin LaPlante. Third is the 29 of Danny Wells. Fourth is the 31 of Dylan Poteet. And rounding out the top 5 is Barney Taylor in the 15. Sixth is the Daytona 500 winner, the 18 of Charlie Rodriguez. Seventh is the 39 of Cody Lamas. And excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Eighth is going to be the 16 of Charles Jackson. Ninth is going to be the 17 of Sonny Hammond, and rounding out the top 10 is the winner from Rockingham, UK, the 21 of Chris Oliver. 11th is going to be second in points, the 55 of Eric Burton. The 12 spot's going to go to the 88 of Cole Daly. 13th is the 24 of Chris Washer. 14th is the 99 of Cody Hagan. And rounding out the top 15 is the 56 of Noah Hart. 16th is going to be the 30 of Carlos Rodriguez. 17th is the 11 of Jessica Shelton. 18th is the 1 of Trent Dunham. 19th is his teammate, the 42 of Matt McIntyre. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be the 20 of Nick Smith. 21st is going to be the 5 of Austin Weiner. 22nd is the 47 of Seth Cole. 23rd is going to be the 36 of Daniel Day. 24th is going to be the 13 of Dylan Thero, and rounding out the top 25 is going to be the 2 of Dylan Young. 26th is going to be the 27 of Kyle Matthews. 27th is going to be the 10 of Cameron Bailey. 28th is the 22 of Ian Siegel. 29th is going to be the 77 of Henry Nova. Rounding out the top 30 is the 83 of Jordan Kolb. 31st is going to be the 3 of Michael Norman. 32nd is going to be the 78 of Joshua Michaels. 33rd is going to be Chris Dollarton in the 34. 34th is going to be his teammate Nathan Hudson in the 38. And rounding out the top 35 is going to be the 51 of Ibrahim. 36 is going to be the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. 37th is going to be the 93 of Chris Nelson. 38th is going to be the 6 of David Rivera. 39th is going to be the 7 of Chris Michaels, who comes into this race dead last in the points. He desperately needs to get himself a good finish if he wants to move up higher in the points. And rounding out the top 40 is going to be the 43 of Henrietta Fitzwater. And then starting at the rear of the field on the last row is going to be the 33 of Tommy Mooney. And starting dead last for the third week in a row is the 8 of Rue McIntyre. That is a look at the starting grid. We are going to take you to the start of the race pretty soon. And here we go as the camera is static for a second. But this should be an interesting race because drivers usually go 3 wide, maybe sometimes 4 wide, but 4 wide's usually not a good idea, as sometimes you will get a crash or a closer to a crash incident. But there you see the pace car pulls down the pit road as they are entering the front straightaway, and they are going to go 27 laps of racing here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Las Vegas 400. As ladies and gentlemen, Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. And Ian Dutta didn't get quite as good of a jump as the 48 of Austin LaPlante did, but now here comes Danny Wells. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead. Keep an eye out on that 29 of Danny Wells. See if he can prevail into a pass. And I see they're already 4 wide back there. Oh, and they're 4 wide. Oh, and we got a crash. A crash at the dead front of the field. Oh, and I saw Nick Smith got a piece of that. Oh, Seth Cole's got front end damage. Trent Dunham's got rear end damage. Let's go back here to see. Oh, Ian Dutta had to report to pit road. He had to teleport to pit road. The pole sitter is already in a crash. And the 8 of Rue McIntyre got a piece of it as well. They were 4 wide for second place. So that was at the very front of the field. But luckily, only about 5, maybe 6 cars were involved in some way, shape, or form. So we got fortunate that it wasn't bigger than that. But man, that is a tough break for that 14 of Ian Dutta, who started on the pole, and he didn't even get to lead the first lap of this race. So that is a damn shame for that 14 of Ian Dutta. And Matt McIntyre is coming down pit road because he got a little piece of that crash. I think he'll be okay. Let's just check on his pit stop to make sure that he does stay out on the track. If he does retire, that's a damn shame, but let's see. And it looks like he's going to be able to continue because he has not retired or teleported out of pit road. Austin LaPlante sits on pit road, and he's probably going to be able to continue. But I don't know, from the looks of that crash, he took a good lick to the outside wall in that passenger side door, but it looks like he's going to go up and out of pit road. Yeah, it doesn't really look like he had too much damage. Maybe just some cosmetic damage that's not very visible. But yeah, that is a look at what happened. There you see Trent Dunham, or that was a look at a few of the drivers on pit road. There you see rear end damage on Trent Dunham, and he's still on track. Let's go back up to the front to Danny Wells, as we are now going to go to a replay to take a look at what brought out the caution for the first time today here at Las Vegas. Well, here's a look at what happened. It all started right here with this 3 wide battle for the lead between Danny Wells, Ian Dutta, and Austin LaPlante. And then when Danny Wells was pulling away, then it turned into a 4 wide situation for second with Cody Lamas, Barney Taylor there. And Austin LaPlante just turns that 14 of Ian Dutta, and Austin LaPlante actually went airborne for a second. And there you see Matt McIntyre, that's where he got his damage, and he hit that 14 of Ian Dutta. And there is where Rue McIntyre hits him, and man, Ian went high up in the air, and that was a hard hit for that 8 of Rue McIntyre. We're actually going to take a look on Rue's perspective to see where he was. Yeah, he was still at the back of the pack. Somehow, some way. No other drivers got a piece of it. Oh, we'll have to take a look up ahead to see what happened to Seth Cole to make sure of what happened to him. But let's look at this hit. Bam! Left front fender first, right in the Ian Dutta, and that's where the engine pretty much exploded. So that is a tough break for Rue McIntyre, who started dead last week and got himself an 11th place finish and got him up to the top 15 in points, I believe. I'll have to recheck the points soon, but that is a tough break for him and for Ian Dutta. Now we're going to take a look at what happened to Seth Cole, as I saw he got involved in another incident up ahead. And we'll get to see what happened to Trent Dunham as he's dead in front of him. But let's see. They were making some contact there, but it was still good. Yeah, he just ran right into the back of Trent Dunham, and that's how those two got their damage. Old Dylan Potee did a very good job of lowering that car down to avoid hitting anybody. We're actually going to double check to make sure that he didn't. As you see, it was right in front of him when Austin and Ian crashed. Let's check and make sure. Yeah, he managed to get Woe down good enough to avoid. Wow, he came so close to hitting Ian Dutta whenever he got hit from Matt McIntyre. We're actually going to take a look at Matt McIntyre's perspective to get an idea of his portion of the crash. As you see, he was back here around 19th at the time. And there you see some contact right there between Carlos Rodriguez and Noah Hart. I don't know what that was all about. But nonetheless, they managed to keep that together. Yeah, they were 4 wide, 2 rows up ahead, which was shocking. Now let's see, Matt McIntyre, where's he going to hit him? I think he sideswiped the 14 of Ian Dutta. He got some right front fender damage, but not enough, I don't think, to retirement. Oh, and Chris Nelson, I didn't know he got a piece of it. Chris Nelson got a piece of that crash. I completely did not know, but... Oh, I hit the fast button, I apologize. Yeah, let's keep an eye on Chris Nelson right here, as... just a little tiny bit of contact on the side, like a side swipe, but he managed to keep it straight and keep it going. Now, I know you're going to think there were some more cars that had some damage, but I think that was just a glitch. As you see, they're back to normal, so yeah, I believe if I can count, we had Austin LaPlante, Ian Dutta, Chris Nelson, Matt McIntyre, Seth Cole, Trent Dunham, all involved in that crash. So let's recap. Ian Dutta, Austin LaPlante, Chris Nelson, Matt McIntyre, Seth Cole, and Trent Dunham. So that was a 6-car incident we had on the track. So we were very, very fortunate we didn't get a big enough crash, as that crash happened right near the dead front of the field. We're actually going to go and do a couple of onboards here in just a moment. Our first onboard we're going to go to is the 48 of Austin LaPlante. Here we are on board with the 48 of Austin LaPlante. Man, there you see, he took a big ride. He about wall rode the top of the wall. That was how high he went up from that hit. But somehow he's managed to continue after that. But yeah, that was pretty intense. And then the next onboard we're going to have is the 47 of Seth Cole. So yeah. Yeah, everybody was checking up in front of him, and they had no idea, and he had no idea everybody was checking up, and he didn't let off the gas. So yeah, that was an unfortunate situation for Seth Cole. And then the final onboard we're gonna do is the 14 of Ian Dutta, who came into this race as the points leader. Nearly head on in that outside wall. And there was the hit from the 42 of Matt McIntyre, and then the hit from the 8 of Rue McIntyre. In fact, all 3 of the Earnhardt Ganassi cars were involved in that crash, funny enough. But anyways, that is a look at what happened. I brought out the caution. We're going to take you back to the restart. Well, here we go. We're going to go green flag next time by, but run down through the field. We have Danny Wells in the lead. Then it's Cody Lama second, Barney Taylor third, Eric Burden fourth, and Sonny Hammond in fifth. Then it's Chris Washer, Cody Hagan, Charles Jackson, Chris Oliver, and Cole Daly as the top 10. Then it's Jessica Sheldon, Austin Weiner, Dylan Young, Nick Smith, Michael Norman, Charlie Rodriguez, Noah Hart, Carlos Rodriguez, Dylan Thero, and Dylan Pote is the top 20. Then it's Kyle Matthews, Ian Siegel, Daniel Day, Trent Dunham, Henry Nova, Jordan Culp, Cameron Bailey, Chris Dollerton, Joshua Michaels, and Chris Nelson at the top 30. Then it's Ibrahim, Nathan Hudson, Zachary Fitzwater, Chris Michaels, Tommy Mooney, David Rivera, Henrietta Fitzwater, Austin LaPlante, and Matt McIntyre to round out the field. And the drivers who are out of the race are as followed, and they are Seth Cole, Ian Dutta, and Rue McIntyre. Tough break for all three of them, but we're getting ready to go green flag racing here. And when we come around right here, it's going to be 22 laps to go. And here we go, green flag is out. Danny Wells didn't get that big of a jump, but Cody Lamas got right up, almost right to his bumper, and now he's going to try to go to the inside to take the lead from Danny Wells. We're going to keep an eye out here on the 39. As I can see, we are still green flag racing from that light. We are still green. And let's keep our eyes out on that light as Cody Lamas takes the lead. Let's keep an eye out. Oh, the caution is out again. Man, we were so close to getting through a green flag lap. So close. Oh, Dylan Thero got involved. Henry Nova got a piece of it. The 9 of Zachary Fitzwater got involved. Let's see if anybody else got involved. No, looks like everybody's good. I guess it was just only, I believe, those 2 cars. Dylan Thero and Henry Nova and Zachary Fitzwater, only 3 cars, I believe. And it looks like pit stops are happening. I don't know why Chris Washer is all the way up ahead of everybody, but I believe they're going to go do some green flag pit stops. Or not green flag pit stops, excuse me. They're going to have pit stops under the caution. Excuse me. But we're actually going to go to our pit lane camera to see who's going to win the battles off of pit road. As I see a car smoking, and I believe that is probably the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we'll take a look at what happened here in a moment, but we're going to check this battle on pit road to see who's going to come out first. And I believe cars are going to take tires and gas. Let's see if they're going to go 4 tires. I see Barney Taylor going 4, so is Danny Wells. But let's see who's going to come out first. Looks like Chris Washer, then Barney Taylor, Cody Lamas, Cody Hagan. Whoa, that was close. Oh, and we have a crash on pit road. Danny Wells and Austin LaPlante. Danny Wells is upside down. Wow. Oh, and the Rodriguez brothers got contact, but man, that was bizarre. Austin LaPlante and Danny Wells crash on pit road. And that was one of the most bizarre things I think I've ever seen. They're only going about 40 to 50, maybe even 60 to 70 miles per hour on pit road. No hit like that should make a driver go upside down like that. That was just absolutely bizarre. David Rivera's coming down. Danny Wells still sits on pit road. I mean, there you see Henry Nova. He's coming out. Looks like they're going to continue. Austin LaPlante has no hood. It looks to me like everybody's going to be able to continue. We'll check on Danny Wells. He still sits on pit road. But we're going to go take a couple replays. First, we're going to take a look at what brought out the caution flag for the second time here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Well, here's a look at what brought out the caution. As you can see, it was between Dylan Thero and Dylan Pote, who both were the start of the caution. And Dylan Pote just ran up to the door of Dylan Thero, and then Dylan Poteet came down. Whoa, he came down right next to Kyle Matthews, and that forced him up into Dylan Thero, and they both hit the wall. And then Henry Nova had nowhere to go. Oh, Chris Michaels got a little spin. And there you see that's how Zachary Fitzwater got his damage from hitting the back. Oh, Tommy Mooney got a little piece of that. Wait a minute, did Joshua Michaels hit the 13? No, he didn't. It was just so close. We need to go back here and take a look at the 7 of Chris Michaels. But first, let's take a look at this hit. Watch this hit right here. Both in the outside wall. Dylan Poteet went up in the air as that happened. We're going to take a look to see how did Chris Michaels get a little spin in this. And we're also going to see what happened to the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. They were 3 wide door to door. And then Zachary Fitzwater hit the wall and he came down into the 7. But I think the 7, he didn't get really much damage, only just a little fender. And then he gets a little tap from Austin LaPlante and Matt McIntyre. But I think Chris Michaels is going to be able to continue, as he didn't really give too much damage, more just cosmetic damage. Now let's go to Zachary Fitzwater to see what he saw. As I went back a little bit too far, but yeah, as you can see, that crash is going up in front between the Dylan Thero and Dylan Poteet. The second incident right here between Tommy Mooney, Chris Michaels, and Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary just came down came up into the wall and then came down into the 7, and that's how they both go spinning. Yeah, Tommy Mooney got a pretty good lick right in that driver's door of Dylan Poteet. I did not know Poteet was involved. Hey, wait a minute, did David Rivera get damage? Let's keep an eye out on the 6. A little fender damage. He hit that 13 pretty good. And then Henry Nova, that's how he got involved. He just spun it around, and then as the 13 was coming up after that hit from the 6, he just got more damage. But anyways, that is a look at what brought out the caution for the second time. Now we're going to take a look at the incident on pit road between the 48 of Austin LaPlante and the 29 of Danny Wells. Here you see Austin LaPlante. He was coming down to try to get into his pit stall, because this pit stall was the second pit stall up in the front, right behind Ian Dutta's pit stall, but he's officially retired from the race. He's coming down on the pit road to try to get into his stall, and Danny Wells, he came out at the same time. They were both just at the same spot. And then Danny Wells went hopping up in the air, and then Austin LaPlante just tried to get in, and that forced him to go flipping over as Austin had to slide in the pit road, and that forced Danny to get stuck right in between Austin LaPlante and his pit stall. And then that's why Danny Wells had to teleport back to his pit stall. I would hope Danny Wells would continue on. He desperately needs to keep his car going if he wants to get up anywhere in the point standings, because it's been 2 races in a row. I did not know Danny Wells got into any incidents. I don't think he had any incidents. I think he just had mechanical problems, and that forced him to retire out of the race early. And I believe he's 40th or 41st in the points coming into this race. I'm not entirely sure, but let's hope Danny Wells can continue after that. But who knows, as we're going to now take you to the restart. As you see, the lights are out on the pace car. So that means next time around we are going to go green flag racing. So now we are going to take a look at a run through of the field, as Chris Washer's pit crew got him out first, and now he's up to the front. Then it's Barney Taylor second, Cody Lamas third, Cody Hagan fourth, and Sonny Hammond in fifth. Then it's Eric Burden, Cole Dowley, Chris Oliver, who's working his way inch by inch, Cameron Bailey, and Jessica Shelton. Then 11th, look at this guy, Jordan Culp. He might be able to rebound from the last place finish last week at Rockingham, UK. Then it's Michael Norman, Austin Weiner, Dylan Young, and Nick Smith, the top 15. Then it's Ian Siegel, Charlie Rodriguez, Carlos Rodriguez, Daniel Day, Trent Dunham, Kyle Matthews, Chris Nelson, Chris Dollerton, Noah Hart, Henrietta Fitzwater, Ibrahim, Nathan Hudson, Chris Michaels, Joshua Michaels, Matt McIntyre, Austin LaPlante, Tommy Mooney, Zachary Fitzwater, Henry Nova, and David Rivera. Those are the cars who are still left on track. I know you see damage on the 24, but that's all glitch. Drivers officially retired from the race, and once again for the third race in a row, Danny Wells has retired, and Charles Jackson's retired. I'm not sure why, but the other additional drivers who are joining Seth Cole, Ian Dutta, and Rue McIntyre as retirees are Dylan Thero and Dylan Poteet. But anyways, we are back racing now, as Chris Washer had a good jump, but now here comes the 15 of Barney Taylor to his inside to try to take the lead, and now he's going to fall in behind the 24. As you see a battle for third between Cody Lamas and Cody Hagan, and now Sonny Hammond sneakingly getting his way up to the front, and the caution is back out again. Why am I not surprised? Let's see who was all in this one. Don't see anybody who's wrecked. I'm actually not really sure why the caution's out. Oh, Zachary Fitzwater's back on pit road. Looks like the caution, he might be the reason the caution came out. Maybe he blew his motor and that's what happened. I don't know, but tough break for Zachary Fitzwater. Second caution in a row for him. That is a damn shame for that 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. He has not had a very good season so far. Hopefully he can rebound back here in the next upcoming races, but who knows. We're actually going to go take a look at a replay to see what brought out the caution for the third time here at Las Vegas. Well, here's what brought out the caution. It wasn't a blown motor that caused Zachary Fitzwater to go down the pit road. They were 3 wide. He was 3 wide in between Austin LaPlante and Henry Nova, and Austin LaPlante came down into Zachary Fitzwater in front of Henry Nova, and it's going to spin him out. And watch this. Hard head-on hit into that inside wall, and it's no safer barrier down there. That's just a straight-up concrete wall. That is a hard hit for that 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. And the angle of that wall, too, he pretty much did hit it head-on into the wall because of that angle. We're actually going to go to the helicopter camera, and we're going to go super slow-mo. So this will also give us a very good view on what exactly happened to cause the crash. There you see Austin LaPlante. He's turning down to try to get in line behind the 33. Turns down to the 9, gets him loose, and then he gets down in front of the 77 of Henry Nova. Henry Nova had no time to react. And right there, it just turns the 9 down into the infield. And he had lost complete control of his car. It doesn't look like he hit it really head on. It looked like he just hit it, yeah, right there on that left front fender, hard inside of that concrete wall. But that is a tough break for Zachary Fitzwater. We're actually going to go on board with the 9 to get the full in view. And now, beware, this is going to be a hard hit. Man. And then he came back up and got the outside wall too. But man, that is a tough break for the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. But anyways, that is a look at what brought out the caution for the third time, and now we're going to take you back to the restart. And now we are going to go green flag racing next time by for the restart as the lights are out on the pace car. Going through another run through the field, but first, another driver who has joined Danny Wells, Charles Jackson, Dylan Thero, Dylan Poteet, Seth Cole, Ian Dutta, and Rue McIntyre's retirees is the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater. But a quick run through the field, Chris Washer leads. Then it's Barney Taylor, Cody Hagan, Cody Lamas, Sonny Hammond, Eric Burton, Chris Oliver, who is inching his way. Watch out for him. He could possibly go 2 in a row here of the season. Then it's Cole Daly, Jessica Sheldon, Michael Norman, the top 10. Then it's Cameron Bailey, Dylan Young, Austin Weiner, Jordan Culp, Ian Siegel, Charlie Rodriguez, Nick Smith, Kyle Matthews, Carlos Rodriguez, Noah Hart, Daniel Day, Chris Dollerton, Trent Dunham, Chris Nelson, Nathan Hudson, Henrietta Fitzwater, Joshua Michaels, Chris Michaels, Ibrahim, Matt McIntyre, Tommy Mooney, Austin LaPlante, and Henry Nova. And David Rivera is still on track, but he's a little bit behind. So now the pace car is down in the pit road, and we will be going green flag racing once they hit the stripe. And when they go back green, it will be 11 laps to go. And here we go, they're going. Green flag is out. And I know you're noticing that front end damage on the 24 of Chris Washer, but that is a glitch with the game. Same with the 88 of Cole Dally, as they were not involved in any incidents, otherwise they wouldn't be on the track. Same for Cody Lamas. As Chris Washer got a great restart right there, and he's pulling a little bit from the 15 of Barney Taylor. Cody Lamas is trying to sneak his way in. Here comes Sonny Hammond for 4th place. And we are still green flag. Can we go through one lap green, please? Let's keep our eyes out on the speeds as well as the lights. And we are still green flag racing, so we got through one lap green. So that is a good thing, as Chris Washer's getting a huge gap. Barney Taylor in second. Sonny Hammond's going for 3rd over Cody Lamas. This is going to be interesting. Michael Norman, Jessica Shelton enters the battle. As we are now 9 laps to go here at Las Vegas. And I believe the caution is probably back out. Yes, it is. Well, we managed to go through one lap, maybe almost 2 on green flag racing. But Chris Washer's going to have the lead. Let's see who was involved in this. Oh, Henrietta Fitzwater's crashed. Cameron Bailey sits on pit road. So is Carlos Rodriguez. Nathan Hudson was involved. Oh, Ibrahim was involved as well. Matt McIntyre, for the 2nd time this race, gets involved in something. And the smoke is not a good sign. I believe he's going to be out of the race. Oh, and Tommy Mooney got more damage than he already had. Man, that is a... And Daniel Day got a piece of it as well. And it looks like Chris Michaels... I'm not sure... Oh, he's back going. I was going to say, I thought he was involved in some... Or I thought he got a mechanical problem, but it looks like, I guess he stalled his car and he's got back going. And Joshua Michaels actually got a piece of it as well. Let's keep our eyes out on any drivers who have any kind of damage. Cole Dally got a little piece of it, but he's still up and running. Austin Weiner, the same thing. But yeah, that's a tough break for a lot more drivers who are wanting to get some good runs. And Tommy Mooney, who came into this race 8th in the points, he's going to have his first bad luck run of the season, of what could be more to come, but hopefully not. But we're going to go and take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution. And I think whenever we get back green, we'll have only a handful of laps to go, as we now going to take you to a replay to what brought the caution for the 4th time today here at Las Vegas. Well, here's what brought the caution, and it's going to happen with the 10 of Cameron Bailey. Sort of similar situation to what brought the first caution, just a sandwiched incident, as he got turned off the nose of the 22 of Ian Siegel as it turns him around. Then Nathan Hudson hits him. So too does Carlos Rodriguez. And whoa, Cameron Bailey, 2nd time this year, goes upside down. But once again, he lands on his wheels. Nathan Hudson got that piece of it. So did Henrietta Fitzwater, Tommy Mooney, among others. Let's take a look at this ride once again. Looked almost like an open wheel accident where the 2 wheels on the side of their cars just touch, and that's what gets them going. And whoa, I saw Henrietta Fitzwater go up in the air. I'm not sure as what happened to her. We're actually... Oh, and she's upside down. Austin LaPlante got a piece of it too. We're going to take a look here. Oh, and Carlos Rodriguez hit her. Or no, she hit Carlos Rodriguez. And I think Chris Michaels actually did a little side swipe. Let's see. Yeah, he just sideswiped. He did 2 side swipes on Carlos Rodriguez and Cameron Bailey. As you see, Joshua Michaels got spun after he made some contact with the 38 of Nathan Hudson. Let's watch Henrietta Fitzwater once again. She hit Carlos Rodriguez hard and they both went up in the air. Now we're going to see, how does she get flipped? Because I saw Austin LaPlante hit her hard in that passenger door and Henry Nova had nowhere to go. But man, 2 cars flipped in this crash and Austin LaPlante smoking. He's going to be out of the race for sure. There's going to be a bunch of cars who are out of this race. But we're actually going to... Oh, I just hit the wrong thing once again. Yeah, that's who I want to go to. Let's check on Austin LaPlante to see his perspective of this. Let's see this hit. Straight right into the passenger door, and then Henry Nova had nowhere to go. But man, that was a wicked, wicked hit for not only Henrietta Fitzwater, but for the 48 of Austin LaPlante. We're actually going to do check the miles per hour. We're going to pause it. Oh, I hit the wrong thing again. He was 115 miles per hour when he hit Henrietta Fitzwater right in the passenger door and got her flipping. We're actually going to go through several onboards of this incident. First onboard we're going to have is with the 10 of Cameron Bailey. Here we are on board with the 10 of Cameron Bailey. This is going to be wild. And there you see the crash right there with Henrietta Fitzwater and Austin LaPlante. But man, that is a tough break for Cameron Bailey. Then the next onboard we're going to have is going to be with the 43 of Henrietta Fitzwater, and this is going to be a wild ride. There you see the crash happening up ahead. Hits Carlos Rodriguez right there, and they both went up in the air, and then this hit. Wow, luckily the camera didn't static at all during that flip. But man, that was still a pretty hard hit for Henrietta Fitzwater. And then the final onboard we're going to have is with the 48 of Austin LaPlante, as he was back in 32nd spot when this happened. The crash is happening already. Man, that was a hard hit for both drivers. And this was a pretty big wreck. So, that is a tough break for Austin LaPlante, who was having a decent day up until he got involved in the first caution. And then the incident with Danny Wells on pit road, and now this. Tough break for Austin LaPlante. Alright, so here we go. Whenever they go green flag racing, there'll be 4 laps to go. So it was a handful of laps, like I said. And the list of drivers who are now retired from the race are as followed: Matt McIntyre, Carlos Rodriguez, Nathan Hudson, Ibrahim, Cameron Bailey, Tommy Mooney, Henrietta Fitzwater, Austin LaPlante, and Henry Nova. And we only have 25 cars left on the track. But a quick run through, we got Chris Washer, Barney Taylor, Cody Lamas, Sonny Hammond, Michael Norman somehow in the top 5, Jessica Sheldon, Austin Weiner, Eric Burton, Cody Hagan, Dylan Young, Chris Oliver, Cole Daly, Nick Smith, Charlie Rodriguez, Ian Siegel, Noah Hart, Kyle Matthews, Trent Dunham, Chris Nelson, Chris Dollarton, Jordan Kolb, Daniel Day, Joshua Michaels, Chris Michaels, and David Rivera. Those are the cars who are left on the track, but keep an eye out for some of those guys back there in the middle of the top 5 and 10. Sonny Hammond, Michael Norman, Jessica Shelton, Austin Weiner. They can be contenders for the win if they can get their cars going forward, and hopefully no caution comes out. But I got a feeling we might have another caution, and then when that comes out, the race will probably be over. But here we go, green flag. 4 laps to go here at Las Vegas. As Chris Washer got a great jump, and I see Michael Norman going to the inside of Sonny Hammond for 4th place. Michael Norman desperately wants to get himself a good finish here. And we got a battle for 2nd between Cody Lamas and Barney Taylor. Barney Taylor's having a very good race here. And let's check up front to see if the caution is out. No, it looked like on the lights we are still green. Let's check. Yep, we are still green flag racing, which is great. And we're 3 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Chris Washer's got a big gap between himself and Barney Taylor. Michael Norman approaching to try to get to 2nd place. Oh, and the caution is out, and looks like the race is going to be over. Oh, Ian Siegel spun on the track. Looks like everybody else is fine. I guess it was only a solo car spin. But they came to 2 laps ago, so the race is going to be over, and Chris Washer is going to win here at Las Vegas. What a... wow. I couldn't even finish that sentence because I had no idea what I was about to say there, but Chris Washer is going to win here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but let's keep an eye out, make sure if they can actually make it on gas, because I don't think these drivers pitted since that 2nd caution came out, which came out around lap 10. So we're not sure how the fuel window is, so we got to keep our eyes out on these drivers to make sure they don't run out. As we are on the final lap of the race. Ian Siegel looked like after he spun, he managed to get back under control, and he's back up here. So I believe it was only a single car spin, so I don't think we're going to go to a replay of that incident because it was only a 1 car spin. We were fortunate it was that, but unfortunately we didn't manage to get back to the white flag under green and get the proper finish like we had back at Rockingham, UK. But if these drivers can make it here on gas, which I'm hoping they are, we're not sure. We'll wait until if we see any drivers come down pit road, and it looks like nobody's going to. Looks like everybody's going to stay out on track, so I guess they will make it on gas. So it looks like it's going to be official. Chris Washer is going to win here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. What a great run for the driver who comes in 3rd in points. We'll have to take a look at the point standings momentarily between the top 3 in points, Charlie Rodriguez, Eric Burden, and Chris Washer. But Chris Washer, they're coming to the checkered flag, and it is now really official. Chris Washer has won the Las Vegas 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. After pretty much it was a wreck fest for the most part of this race, we are finally done with Las Vegas after today. Chris Washer has won here at Las Vegas. Wow. Great job on that 24's part. But now we can finally take a look at the official finishing results. Okay, Chris Washer comes away with the win. Barney Taylor, great run of 2nd. that he's gotten for Michael Waltrip Racing. Great job for Barney Taylor. And look at the guy who finished third. Michael Norman bounces back after 2 subpar finishes, and he comes away with a 3rd place finish. Great job for the 3 car of Richard Childress Racing of Michael Norman. Cody Lamas will get 4th. Jessica Shelton, great run after 2 subpar finishes the last 2 races. She's going to come away with a top 5. And look at 6th place, Austin Weiner. Great run of 6 for him. Cody Hagan 7th. And look at that 8th place car, the 17 of Sonny Hammond. Great run for him. He needed this run. 9th is going to be Noah Hart, and the points leader, who is still going to be the points leader, Charlie Rodriguez, comes away with a 10th place finish. 11th is going to be the 21 of Chris Oliver. Great run for him. Dylan Young comes away with 12th. Kyle Matthews gets 13th, and then it's Chris Darton. And look at Trent Dunham. Got involved in the first caution, and he comes away with a top 15 finish. Great job for Trent Dunham to manage to keep that car on the racetrack and still up to speed. Then it's Cole Daly, Chris Nelson, Jordan Kolb, Daniel Day, and Eric Burden. So I think Eric Burden's going to be one of those guys who's going to take a little hit in the points, as he finished behind both Charlie Rodriguez and Chris Washer. Then it's Chris Michaels. While not the finish he was looking for, he managed to stay on the track. He got 21st. Then it's David Rivera, Nick Smith, Joshua Michaels, and Ian Siegel, who rounds out the field, who stayed on the track in the top 25. And then the rest of the cars, like I mentioned, were retired. And they were Matt McIntyre, Carlos Rodriguez, Nathan Hudson, Ibrahim, Cameron Bailey, Tommy Mooney, Henrietta Fitzwater, Austin LaPlante, Henry Nova, Zachary Fitzwater, Danny Wells, Charles Jackson, Dylan Thero, Dylan Poteet, Seth Cole, Ian Dutta, and Rue McIntyre. That is a look at your finishing results here at Las Vegas. Now, to do a quick points update, at least with the top 3, Chris Washer came into this race 17 points behind the 18 car of Charlie Rodriguez. He led the most laps, finished first, so he's going to get those full points of 48, while the 10th place car, who typically finishes there, I'm going through my papers here. If a driver didn't lead a lap and finish 10th place, they would get 35 points. So Chris Washer, who came into this race 17 points behind Charlie Rodriguez, he's going to get 13 points more over Charlie Rodriguez. So Charlie Rodriguez is only going to have a 4-point lead over Chris Washer come the next race in Atlanta. And as far as Eric Burton goes, he's going to drop a little bit in the points. But the top 2 is only separated by 4 points between Charlie Rodriguez and Chris Washer. And also with the chase format, both Washer and Rodriguez, along with the 21 of Chris Oliver, all 3 of those cars will, as far as the wins and how they are in points now, they will be in the chase if the season was over at this point. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to Las Vegas 400 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next stop's going to be Hotlanta.